Hello. I'm having some issues with my connection and all in my OBS, but I just wanted to say how happy Halloween and drop in for a few minutes just to show that I'm alive and I'm doing well. Um, and that's pretty much it right now. Everything's kind of I'm trying to figure out how to switch the category from gaming. I don't know why it's set to gaming. I'm not trying to game right now. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Can't tell how my stream is doing. So if somebody comes in, if they can tell me if my stream's doing okay, that would be appreciated. It was a relaxing day for me. I just kind of stuck around the house. I don't really celebrate Halloween too much anymore. It's not really something I do. Um, Maybe in the future. Just, I don't know. I still like all the horror movies and scary movies or whatever you want to call them that come on TV, though. Okay, so the chat works. I can't tell because I have the schedule to start at I have this scheduled to start at 11:15, but I can't tell if I already started it or not. I haven't used this thing in years, and it's a bit different than it used to be, the going live thing. I can't even tell if my stream is decent. I guess I could open it up in another window and check. Yeah. Okay, it seems okay. Good enough. But I guess I started it early instead of at 11:15. But if anybody is there, just say hello or just say hi in the chat so I can see if this is working. There was two people earlier. I don't really know how to, like I said, I don't know how to switch it from gaming category, and I also don't know how to push notifications out to subscribers. I mean, see, I kind of wanted the category to be politics because there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I could talk about that. And I'm pretty sure people would be interested in that because my take on things is generally not always the most popular take in the world, but I do have certain beliefs and understandings about the current going ons in the world and in this country and all that stuff. But more people have to view before I start talking about anything like that because I'm not just going to talk to myself about that. I think to it myself about that all the time, so I'm not going to talk to myself about it. That would be kind of silly. Though I guess these live streams can be viewed later if I leave them up, if I so choose. Hello, viewer. How are you? Bye, viewer. I don't know what people expect me to do other than talk. Like that's I've never done anything other than record the police and talk. I'm not gonna record the police today. That's why I titled it just saying hello and happy Halloween. Believe it or not, I've actually not seen the police around here doing anything wrong to be recorded. I know that sounds weird because generally people assume that the police are always doing something wrong somewhere. And maybe they are behind closed doors. I don't know. But if I don't see anybody doing anything wrong, I'm not going to record it. So that's pretty much what's happened. I've not seen anybody do anything wrong, so I haven't recorded it. That town, Hagerstown, that I lived in, was a very unique town. Out of all the different places I've lived, it had a very interesting culture, and yeah, that culture is not something that I was used to. So I definitely don't regret recording a lot of that and posting it so people could see. Um, and I wish the best for that town and all the people in it. Like I want them to recover and have a good situation going on. I know they built the. I still keep up with the news a little bit. They built a baseball stadium over by the place I used to live. I'm pretty sure that's probably not the most popular thing for some people, and maybe it's popular for others. I don't know, but that's something they did. I haven't been there. I've been through there, but I haven't been there in years, many years. I hope my sound is working appropriately. Um, I I used to use XSplit. This is OBS. I'm not too familiar with using OBS to do these things. How do I change the category from gaming? I really wish I knew how to do that. Channel level settings. No. What's this? Pop out dashboard. No, not that either. Be right back, drink. Whoops, I was muted. I do not know how to switch this category from gaming. Yep, I have no clue. I guess I can ask Google. I don't really know how to switch it from category gaming. It doesn't give me that option anywhere. Hello, viewer. Can you hear me? Because my thing is saying my audio bitrate is 0, which doesn't make any sense because in my preview I can hear myself. So as far as I can tell, it's working. So I don't think it's actually 0. I think it's just confused because when it doesn't have any sound, it probably has a variable bit rate, so it goes to 0, as if I were to guess. But yeah, so if anybody is there, feel free to say something. Um, if not, you don't have to say anything. That's cool too. But it'll help me figure out my stream if you do say something. But yeah, I will just mention that I it if you care about my going ons, I've been doing well. Um, got some likes and dislikes of my life right now, but that's pretty normal. Everybody seems to not have a perfect life, so that's kind of not anything unusual. So I don't really have a problem with that. It's important to understand that life is perfect and it's imperfection. And if it was not imperfect, then it wouldn't be perfect. So it just kind of works out that way. So I don't get upset when I run into hiccups in the road and such and such. But I feel bad for I don't know what's going on with that SNAP situation because I don't get SNAP benefits right now. I probably qualify for them, but I don't have them right now. I probably would need to apply. But for all the people that do, I know a lot of people personally that need them. Now I'm not just have them, but need them. Like, yeah, people that don't even really barely have a place to stay. Like they don't really have shelter or anything, so it's going to harm them. But me personally, I don't blame uh I don't blame the Republicans. Like I don't. I mean, it's hard to blame the Democrats too, but I do blame the Democrats to an extent because, and this is going to be unpopular for people that follow me on the left, because the shutdown is basically them holding a gun to the Republicans' head. Trump is not going to agree with anything that he doesn't want to agree with. It doesn't matter what is being on the table. He just doesn't do that. He does what he wants to do, what he's interested in, and what his desires are. So that's not going to change. So the whole shutdown in general was a trap. Like he did a bunch of shit he wanted to do. Oops, excuse my language. He did a bunch of things he wanted to do that the shutdown actually helped him do. So it was just, yeah, it was kind of a trap that the Democrats walked into. And I watched the Democrats walk into trap after trap after trap. And I'm just like, when are they going to stop walking into traps? Because the emotional appeals is what happens. Like people get in their feelings and then they forget to think logically and then they do make stupid decisions. I'm guilty of that in my life too. So I've done the same thing. But you got to learn from it. Like, but when you're at the level of the government, Congress, you can't like do stuff like that. Oh, hold on, got a text. You can't do stuff like that. It's just you're holding people's hostage. Oh, got a text. Hold on. Now, if they were going against somebody that was more capable of how do you say, somebody that was more capable of reasoning and less into what they desire themselves, then that might work. But everybody knows Donald Trump has his agenda, and the GOP is behind that agenda, and everybody knows that Trump is not going to change his plans because of basically force. You got to stroke his ego. You got to be kind to him. You got to like work with him. And it sucks sometimes if you disagree with him and some of the things he does, but that's really the only thing that works with this dude. I don't know why people aren't seeing that. Like, and I feel bad for like Rand Paul, for example, because I like Rand Paul, GOP from representative from Kentucky, GOP representative from Kentucky, and he was not invited to different events at the that the White House hosted, and that's because of the fact that he will stand up to Donald Trump. Well, that's cool and all, but it's just not a good thing for people to be expecting him to be the only one to stand up if that's what they wish to do. I don't have any reason to believe Rand Paul is lying, and he said behind closed doors there's a lot of Republicans that disagree with Trump on some things. I personally agree with some things, disagree with some other things, don't like his tactics on some things, all that type of deal. But you can't shut down the government, especially not for this long. And this contingency for the benefits that they're talking about, the contingency funds, it's like 3 weeks worth of funds. Like even Jake Tapper, I think, said that that was ridiculous. Like CNN. So like, when is it going to come to the understanding that this is just a band-aid? So what if they release the 3 weeks of benefits? What then? Then let's say time passes and the government's still shut down a month from now. We don't have another 3 weeks worth of benefits. And what then? So is the government going to open between now and then? I don't know. I think it's necessary for the Democrats to kind of not I want to say give up, but like understand the reality of the situation that's going on. Um, as far as the healthcare subsidy being extended, I can see why that's an issue, but have the Republican, and this is something I don't know the answer to, I'd have to look into more, but have the Republicans, or has this conversation even happened, agreed to anything as long as illegal immigrants are taken from the qualification, basically to make it so illegal immigrants are no longer qualified for that subsidy. I think that's the main sticking point to the Republicans, that they don't want illegal immigrants getting these benefits. And I've seen videos of Bill Clinton saying the same thing, Obama saying the same thing. So it's not new, a new concept. But for some reason now it's like an issue, and I don't understand why. Um, it's just because Trump is saying it. It's like sometimes, like let's say you disagree with Trump. Most people will agree a broken clock is right. What is it, twice a day? So even if you disagree, you got to agree that the person's gonna be right sometimes. So like, why not, work with the situation at hand and work within reality? Excuse me. I'm gonna do a little social experiment, but I can't tell you what it is or it'll ruin the social experiment. Okay. But yeah, if anybody comes in, feel free to say if my sound is working because I can't tell. Sometimes the stream tells me it's 0 bit rate, and sometimes it says excellent connection. So I just need somebody to now I need to Google how do I switch my stream on YouTube from the gaming category to something else. Edit your stream. Go to the live section and edit your stream set. Man, I swear I did that. I'm looking though. I don't know. I'll have to figure this out later. Right now, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Maybe I can't do it while I'm actually on the stream. That might be the problem. I'm gonna probably keep the stream going for either a few more minutes or maybe at the most until around midnight when Halloween is over. But I figured it was a good time to show myself for the holiday. My mouse is stuck. There we go. The strap got stuck on the table. But I'll go back after the stream is over. I may delete it since nobody was really chatting and nobody really came to it, but I gotta check it to see what this quality is, how long it lasted, if the sound ever cut out, anything like that. So I know if I stream in the future, what I gotta do. Yeah, I think that's what happens when I stop talking. The variable bit rate for the audio goes to zero since I'm not actually talking and it doesn't have anything to any data to process. But then when I start talking, it recognizes my voice and the variable bit rate changes. But yeah, that seems to be what's going on with the bit rate. It's just changing when I don't talk, so it makes it look like it's not there. Oh, we have a viewer. Now we don't have a viewer. Funny. But since my category is gaming, let me talk about gaming a little bit. I've been playing Black Ops 6 and Battlefield 6, and I, I was playing New World, but apparently it it's going the way of the dodo, unfortunately. Um, and it was a decent game. I mean, it was kind of janky, but it was a decent game. Wasn't too bad. As far as Battlefield 6 goes, that game is difficult, which is good. That's what I expect from Battlefield. Black Ops 6 is more fast paced and you can dive around and shoot people and it's not as realistic. But Battlefield 6, man, I think that game is kind of hard to play at times. And when you play Conquest, a lot of people are just trying to get kills and not paying attention to the objective, and that also makes it so it's hard to win games for your team sometimes when they don't know what they're doing. Oh, and my biggest gripe is people do not revive. Like when you revive people, that keeps them from dying. Obviously, that's what it means. But when they don't die, they don't lose lives, they don't lose points for the team, and therefore we last longer. So I've had a game where we lost by literally like three reinforcements or points or whatever you want to call it. And that literally, if people would have been reviving, would have made the difference. And solely because people didn't revive, we lost. Hello, viewer. I apologize for gaming being the category. I did not make it gaming. It just was automatically gaming. But if you know how to switch it from gaming or anybody viewing knows how to switch it from gaming, please let me know because I'd like to be able to adjust it. It being stuck on gaming is not helpful when I have other things to talk about other than gaming. I also think it gives a weird reach because people expect gaming when they go to category gaming, not me talking and having a black background and sitting in my chair. So I apologize again that it says gaming because I'm not gaming right now. Maybe in the future, but not right now. I'm just testing my software, saying hello and happy Halloween, and I hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing well. You know, life isn't perfect for me, but life's not perfect for anybody. Part of the joy of life is learning and going through trials and tribulations and dealing with obstacles and then overcoming those obstacles and learning from your experiences. It's just part of life. It doesn't bother me. But financially it's just very difficult right now. I think that's my main gripe, but that seems to be the majority of Americans right now are dealing with financial difficulties, living paycheck to paycheck, struggling. Nothing new there. But yeah, if you are viewing the stream, please feel free to chat. Um, you can start the conversation. You can ask me anything. I'll answer questions. I don't really mind. Uh, don't be a stranger. And like I said, if you know how to switch the category from gaming, please let me know because I do not currently know how to change that category, and gaming is not the correct category for this stream. I keep going to edit and it just doesn't give me that option. Doesn't give me that option. It says I have 2 viewers right now, but when I go to participants, it doesn't say that anybody's there, so I'm kind of confused. Is there a way to fix that? Let me see something. Yeah, I still can't figure it out. I thought maybe I could figure it out, but no, I couldn't do it. But yeah, if you want to start the conversation, feel free to say something. I will respond, but this stream is probably only going to last for about 10 more minutes, if that. Um, unless it becomes a bit more lively, but I did not intend to keep it going on for too long. I originally just wanted to test my software for future videos or streams, as well as just poke my head in and say that I'm alive, I'm doing well, and I feel pretty optimistic about the future. Things like that. I would like to make more videos. I just don't really know what to make videos about. Um, the current political environment is very chaotic, so that would probably be something that would interest people, but I don't know. Like I said, if more people gave me feedback, I'd be able to say. But other than recording incidents, which I don't really do if there's nothing popping off, other than that, I don't know what would really interest people. And honestly, where I've lived and where I've been around, nothing's really popped off. So I haven't had anything to record. I mean, I've seen a couple police stops, but I didn't record them because they were just basic stops. I didn't see anything stupid. It was like guys sped or ran through a red light and got pulled over, something like that. Basic, basic stops. It wasn't like dude just got pulled over for no reason or anything like that. Because I was literally, I walk everywhere, so I see a walker take the bus, so I see these things. So if I don't see anything weird, there's no reason for me to start recording. I got like other stuff to do. I'm busy. Sometimes too busy to do that. Um, but yeah, feel free to type something in the chat if you are there. say hello. I see I got a like from somebody, but I can't see anybody, so I don't understand why. That's Am I getting too old to understand technology? Have I reached that point in my life where I just things are like internet and computers are confusing me now? Is that what is that what's going on? I think that seems to be like a little bit of what's happening to me, sadly. Uh, I find more than I prefer these days that apps and phones and computers and stuff do things that confuse me. I like to say as they become smarter, they become dumber, but maybe it's just me that's become dumber as they become smarter. I don't think so though. I think it's a little bit of both. Um, because I feel like a lot of things, and this is me going into a field that I'm not too familiar with, which is programming. It just seems to me from a consumer standpoint that a lot of things are bad code and then they're updated with more bad code without fixing the previous bad code. And I'm mainly referring to video games, at least from the consumer standpoint, because obviously when you build bugs on top of bugs, you're going to have bugs that break the bugs that are already there. Or something else I would see, like Conan Exiles, for example. That was a game I would play. They would fix a bug, and when they fixed the bug, it would create like two or three more new bugs. And that is not helpful, obviously. Like it was extremely frustrating. I think that's part of why that game died, or at least on the Xbox ecosystem, is because it was too buggy, too glitchy. The game Conan Exiles by Funcom. It was a fun game, but Funcom, man, they're notorious for that. Hello? My headset turned off. I don't know how long it's been turned off, but okay, it wasn't off very long, it doesn't seem. Let's see. Is this, maybe I can adjust. Oh, can I do it here? Can I adjust the category? I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured out. This will be people and blogs. Okay. So I got the category changed to people and blogs. Did it screw up anything? Is my yep, there we go. So there we go. I got that straight. So now next time I do this, it will probably be a news and politics. Like, because that's kind of what I spend a lot of time looking at the news. I know that people think that's depressing and probably don't recommend it, but there's a lot of news out there. I like to stay informed, even though it's somewhat depressing at times, or sometimes it makes you angry. It doesn't really make me angry. I I get kind of annoyed at things I see sometimes. I don't really get angry. Um, but yeah, so I think that I might speak on that more in the future if I make more videos. I just have to go back to this stream and see what the quality is like. My internet is not very good, so that's the other thing that I'm concerned may make it difficult to live stream. I'll have to look into that. Oh, it's almost midnight. Midnight, I'm stopping the stream unless get anybody else here, which I doubt. So, plus I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat. One more minute. Countdown. All right, I should start unwinding. Thank you. Um, I hope everybody's doing well. Um, I'm doing well. I will try to come back more in the future. I know people used to watch this page a bit more when it was a bit more interesting. I apologize that I lack some of the more interesting content that I used to have, but there's more to me than just recording the police and going around and fussing at people and things like that. I don't, that's not all that there is to me. So some people might think that, but that's not all me. Like, I actually try not to cuss too much these days. I still do. I just try not to as much because there are other ways to speak. And even though there's information that says that, or data that says that intelligent people do tend to cuss more, and that doesn't mean that they lack the ability to speak or use language. There is a stigma in which that is the truth, even if it's not true. So I'm trying to not give people that assumption that I'm just some idiot that goes around cussing people out, because that's not what I am and that's not who I am. So I'm trying to work on that a bit. And also, you always got to be working on something about yourself. Well, you don't have to, but in my opinion, by doing so, it gives you goals. Like, you're always little goals in life, trying to better yourself to be a better person. So yeah. But other than that, yeah, I'm doing okay. I will check in later. Happy Halloween. Even though Halloween's over, happy yesterday's Halloween. Um, I'm about to check off whoever just popped on. So, but if you want to say something, feel free to say something, and I'll answer your question before I leave. All right, or leave. That works too. Have a nice night, people.